Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on when you're watching. But hey guys, I was trying not to have to break this up because I'm really coming from the heart on some things I've been thinking about last night. And yeah, but I have stuff going on, and I might have to come back later on to finish it. It just depends how many interruptions I get. But I know the phone's gonna start ringing again. Mm. Um. So let me mix my vitamins first. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about today. And I mean, just a little bit. I kind of was talking about some things yesterday, and I guess just reflecting last night, that's a little segue. And I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and talk about some things because, again, there is so much that I really need to address, share, fill you guys in on. And it's kind of hard to keep up. And then I forget some things, but truly, when I have things on my heart, those are the things that I like to get out because, I've been thinking about those things and they continue to come back to me. And it's like, you know what? Get it out there. So, yeah. I'm going to try to, like I said, I'm going to talk as long as I can for now. And I might have to come back later on after I do some more working in here. Uh-oh. Somebody's crying. So how's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully everybody is blessed and awake. Hopefully everybody made it. You guys know the day is not promised. Hopefully everybody makes it through the day. And know that that is my prayer for you all every day. Everybody, I just don't like to wake up and find out that somebody is, no longer with us. It just, I know it's beyond our control, but I think about all of you guys all the time. And, I really do care about you guys. So, and not just you, but, family as well. I know what some of you all are going through, and I'm constantly keeping you all in prayer. And, yeah. Let me take this thing off because I'm still dripping. Still dripping. Oh, boy. All right. I had to, what did I do this morning? Film the shopping hauls and, yeah. Took a shower from the shopping haul. So I just really finished doing that and showing you guys what I got, with the exception of what I'm wearing. But I showed you a clip because I wore this last week once already, and I showed you a clip before I put it on. So anyway, this is my out of the norm outfit because I don't know. I just thought it was cute, and I normally wouldn't go for this color, but it was cute. And the pants are olive. So Yeah. Um. Anywho, what I want to talk about. Yesterday I left you guys with some heaviness, and if you did not catch yesterday's chat, go back and watch in its entirety so that you can understand. Because I did address the question. Some of you guys are confused, so you're gonna have to watch the whole. And I'm gonna try not to run these chats so long so that it won't be so tedious to follow. But follow the vlogs and follow the chats. You'll know what's going on. Yeah, and you're gonna get a lot of cliffhangers. Sorry, that's just life. But it's good stuff. It's all good stuff. So I was telling you guys about broken spirit and how I let somebody break my spirit, and I just was not. I wasn't depressed, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. But I really had not been. I haven't been in a happy place in the last like 8 years. Yeah, these kids are 7, going on 8. Don't get on my boxes. And I just, it's my prayer and my faith that has really kept me going through this, because it just, I don't know. I'm going to tell you guys something. My husband can tell you the same thing. I don't settle. And I said something like this a couple of months back when we were talking about, it was about buying curriculum, certain curriculum. Some people settle for things and then they go and tweak it. And I kind of related it to, like, if you're going shopping and you need bread. Some people are just going to go buy, whatever is on the shelf, and they don't care. Some people have to, they special needs, they may need low glycemic bread or something like that. And so, of course, they're not just going to settle. Some people are just really, really picky and they like a certain brand. Well, that's me. Okay. If it's not just so, I don't take it. I don't care how good it is, how much, how glittery it looks. I'll pass it. And so, like I said, he can tell you some stuff. He's like, you know what? You are not like everybody else that, came into the mix recently. I'm saying recently, but, in the years, past few years back, because that's not what they were about. And I'm like, yeah, he was like, the money, you walked away from. I did. And some people would say, girl, you were a fool. Hey, you know what? I lived it. I learned it. It was good. I didn't lose any sleep over it. I wasn't suffering. The kids weren't suffering or anything. But my sanity, I'm here. I was just watching your last live stream. Then I draw you. Okay, I saw your live button come up. Okay. Yeah, I just, my sanity is what I was worried about, my happiness. And I was not happy. We didn't, I don't know. I think I'm going to just kind of save that a little bit because I want to let him speak too. But it just was not, it wasn't a bad thing, but we were unhappy because had gone through major losses, losing parents and stuff like that. So we weren't even in our right mind, and just very immature, very, very, very immature. But together, we are just awesome together. But we just going through those. I think if we hadn't had the losses we had during this short span of time, we would have been able to help each other, but we couldn't because we were just devastated, apart, and we just couldn't cope. So, and then just to avoid all the bickering, that's what it was. Just, because it was like neither one of us wanted to deal with it. If you guys have lost a parent, you will understand. It's just, there's nothing nothing anybody could say or do or anything. You just, it just is. And it was hard. We were there physically for each other, but it just, in a mental state, we checked out. And we were just kind of coping day to day, just trying to keep the kids sane. And, they didn't know anything. They had no idea what was going on. And so we did a really good job, making sure that it was okay. Everything was copacetic. So, like I said, I let this person, come in and just tear me down. Hey, even further. And it wasn't good. And so the kids, the kids didn't come right away. I'm just not that type of person. One thing to the next. I thought maybe, this was going to happen, and, you move on. And, but the thing is, I kept realizing the love. I could not shake that. It's just very hard to unwind a marriage and move on like that when you just really love somebody. You can't just leave all those years and things, especially when there's kids. You can move locations, you can get rid of all the stuff, but the memories and the feelings are still there. And you can't replace, you just can't do that. Not that I was trying to, but I thought maybe, okay, I want to do this, and it's the right thing. Hindsight 2020, it wasn't. So, the kids came, and what I have been thinking for a long time, I just, I question things, and I question these little kids. I question why were they sent. I know children are a blessing. I'm not saying that I regret them in any way or anything, but I just kept wondering, because I'm a very, things are already written. So I just kept wondering, why were they sent? Why were they sent? Well, what is the purpose? They're not within the first marriage. Why were they sent here? You guys, the realization I came to was, I was so devastated and so hurt that these kids are my saving grace. That's why I put my all into them and everything I do. And I'm not telling guys, when I talk about the schooling and, the parenting and the things like that, that this is how you're supposed to do things. That's not what I'm saying. Don't ever take that the wrong way. Don't misinterpret it. They are my saving grace, because when you come from a life, I basically left home, and I was, obviously went to college and stuff like that, but I basically checked out once I graduated from high school, and was gone, and that was it. And I was by myself, or, no parent.
I have another loose tooth, and it was already loose when my other tooth came out.
So, okay. Yeah, because I was an older kid graduating. So I was already, basically on my own. I had already been working and stuff like that. And, I just left. So that's been my whole life. And I didn't know what to do with myself, and I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew, we had therapies and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of people tell me, they look at me and they say, I don't see how you did this. I don't understand how you could do this. I could never do what you do. And then when the other kids came along, I don't understand how you're doing this by yourself. You have to be one strong woman. And so when you guys come to me and you say that, you feel me. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm Superwoman or anything, but it is hard. It has been hard. And I expected that. And I had to counsel somebody else through some things that they were going through. And I said, look, 10 years, you think it's bad now and you want to go forth with this. Really think about it. Give yourself 10 years. You think it's bad now, you're going to go through 10 years full of heartache. Worse, it's going to be a struggle. Because you're going to have to find yourself. You're going to have to rebuild yourself. You're going to have to go to work, the kids. I mean, just everything is really, really hard. You don't even want to think about anybody else. So I didn't throw anybody else into the mix, right away, because I had to get up and go to work and just all kinds of stuff, outside the home. The saving grace. A lot of moms in my situation would have checked out. They would have been leaving the kids at home, going out and partying, drinking, drugs. I mean, just strung out, addicted. Because of all of the tragedies and devastations, my kids saved me from that. Because I can't say I wouldn't have been that person. I know I probably would have if it were not for those kids. Those kids are all that I have. Hey, Mimi. I'm all that they have. That's why I'm always here for them. I'm the only one that has been here for them. And I'm not getting ready to go into I don't speak ill about anybody, but we already know. I never talked about my husband, to you guys or badmouth him. My kids realized once they got older, they know their dad. These kids, they're going to know what type of father they have. Okay, we choose, we pick, we make mistakes. Anyway, they are truly my saving grace. Baby girl, that's my angel. Because it just, I was really kind of rock bottom. And I'm just like, again, I wasn't depressed, but it just got worse and worse and worse. And it's like, I know somebody's probably saying, well, why you kept having, you know what? It is what it is. You can't, I saw these kids. I saw these kids a long time ago, and it's a backstory. Okay, I saw these kids before they even came. They were going to be here regardless. They were going to be here. They were meant to be. I could not stop that. I saw them probably about 15 years ago. And I did, it is what it is. We'll get into that together. But it just didn't happen. And yeah, probably if I go back and read some more of my old diaries or something, I can, but I'm not going to get into all that. Y'all just got to trust me. I say the same thing. My mini me is my savior. Okay, so yeah. So I'm done, I'm done paying for my mistakes. I'm done. I'm done. And I told you guys, us coming back together like this, it wasn't a overnight thing and boom, bam, let's do this. And it wasn't. We had no idea. We had open communication all along, but we have matured so much, gone through so much spiritual growth within ourselves, and saw that not together, but independently, we realized the same things. That's how in sync we are with each other. The people we were with were not even for us. I have not grown anywhere in the past 10 years. I kept getting promise after promise after promise after promise. And I'm not one of those. I'm not codependent. And that's what he wanted me to be. And I'm like, I'm not codependent. I never have been, and I never will be codependent. I'm sorry. I wasn't raised like that. I get out and hustle. Do what I got to do. I work. I work. I'm not going to be codependent on you. I never was codependent on anybody. And, that's part of the issue. I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to let my feelings out. You're not going to hold me back. If we can't communicate, there's no point. And that's what I was getting. There were nothing really accomplished. I could come and talk to you guys about me. I'm writing books and what I'm doing. I can't even talk to their dad, the little kid's dad, about stuff like that. He just, totally out of sync. Totally. Cut, he's very condescending for one. And I'm not trying to badmouth, but I'm just trying to let you guys kind of relate to what I was going through. Just very condescending. And I don't like that type of person. You need to move on. It's not that type of party over here. You don't have anything good to say, get out. Get out of my house. You don't have to be in my house. I don't have to let you in my house. You can see your kids. I'm not, I'm fine with that. But if you start acting crazy, yeah, I'm going to put a halt to that. And you guys, what I have been noticing a lot of, and I never address, their behavior. I have to deal with a lot of their behaviors after he leaves, after his visits, because it's just, he does not parent his kids. He has other kids. He does not parent them either. So all of this is on me. And so I deal with a lot of, it's not bad. They're not bad kids. But I deal with a lot of behavior issues constantly with them. All of them. And I'm trying, it's a struggle. And I don't like it. But I have to deal with it. That's why I pray so much. Because it's like, Lord, I can't yell at them. I can't get upset with them. Because I understand what they're going through. In time, they'll understand. And it'll become easier. They will just understand their relationship. And, and I watch the relationship. These kids have older siblings with his older kids and him. And they don't even have a relationship. And I'm like, kind of like, what kind of father are you? What kind of parent are you? I don't understand that. And there's a lot more. It's like, this person has a double life. And if, you ever dealt with somebody like that and you just don't know, they pull the wool over everybody's eyes. Yeah. Okay. And I'm not naive by far. I'm really smart. I'm just, quick. Catch on to stuff. But this joker is a joke. So anyway, I'm going to move on from that. I don't want to keep harping on it. It's done. It's over. It's been done. Yeah. I just, for my kids, I feel, for the little ones, I feel, I just feel for them. I really feel for them. But they have us. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. We're not going to, I don't expect anything, I don't expect anything. It was a lot for me to leave them last month with him. It was like pulling teeth. And I'm like, what the, who? I'm not, y'all. I got a phone call that night. Oh, I'm not here yet. I haven't left yet. And I'm like, I have to leave in the morning. I have to get on a plane. So, yeah, I just totally don't understand. Don't care about anybody but selfish, self-centered, and all that other kind of stuff. That type of person. Okay? So, of course, if you're dealing with that type of person, they're going to bring that spirit and that energy into you. And that's what I have been dealing with. That's why I say my spirit has been gone. And I just couldn't, again, just couldn't function. It just, whatever. I didn't bring it in here because I just kind of, kind of ignore that kind of stuff for the most part. But I knew my spirit wasn't gone. I can put on a nice facade, and it wasn't intended, but you guys didn't know me before, so I mean, you wouldn't have known anyways unless you know me personally. But the people that knew me, and they were like, "Well, you're doing fine. It's not like you're hiding anything, but yeah, you're dealing with it. You're dealing with it well." So now, and I told you guys in the beginning of the year, the beginning of this year, that you were going to see a lot of stuff changing, and so yeah, you're seeing a lot of stuff. You see, if you have been watching consistently, you have seen my attitudes and my feelings and just emotions and just things that I've shared change. You have seen that. And like I said, I give you guys what you're ready for. Some of y'all were not ready. But some of you guys I do talk to personally, and you kind of know what's going on. Sounds like you've been through a lot. Yeah. And hopefully I'm touching somebody that is going through some stuff. You guys come to me with some deep stuff. I can't get into your personal stuff, but you guys come to me with some deep stuff. Okay? And I try to help as best as I can, because I have been through a lot of things. And, even though I don't share, I've been through a lot, y'all. A lot. And I'm telling you, just to hold on. Keep your faith. And pray about it. Just pray about it. You don't always have to take everything to your husband, to your boyfriend, to your, your mate, whoever. You don't always have to do that. It's not that you're keeping them in the dark, okay? There's a higher source. Some things they probably cannot even, like I said, with us, they can't even, if they can't help themselves, because they deal with things too, they're not going to be able to help you. So take it to the higher source first, and then, consult out. But see, I couldn't get that here with him, because he can't even deal with his own mess. So, yeah. Anyway, kids. Let me talk about the kids. Hold on. I should have pulled the remote out before I started this. It's cold. So yeah, these little crumb snatchers, I just, they are my heart. And I just don't know what I would do without them. I don't know. Man, I mean, especially because the older kids have gotten older, and I knew they were going to be out of the house. And it's like, what am I going to do with myself? I'm going to be old and by myself, and just, I don't know. But I know I'm not a running the street type of person. That's not me, so I knew that. But I was just so afraid that I might slip through the cracks and end up just out there, and I didn't do that. But yes, I did work. I worked with the kids. You guys, I worked until I was pregnant with Zion. I was pregnant with Zion. I was still vlogging. Sometimes I was at work vlogging. Because you would see me in my scrubs. So, yeah, I still worked. Yeah, at times I don't take things to my hubby, because honestly, it would be women personal stuff. Exactly. And I know that's why you all come to me. So, I appreciate that. I get, you're my sister, you're my auntie, you're my cousin. I get that kind of thing. That really touches me. And I relate to you all that way. I don't just think you guys are just strangers. You're not just, I know there's just random people watching, but I have really built a relationship with a lot of you all. So, I'm genuine. You're genuine. The rest of y'all, I'm praying for you. But yeah, I worked, and it was up until, thank you, it was up until she was born that I stopped working completely out of the house. Because I had her, and then the kids were still, the little kids, that's when they were in a private preschool. So they were still, everybody was in school then, but I had her. and I didn't do anything outside the house. But yeah, man. And then after the divorce, man, I was working. I ran childcare in the house for forever, and I did really good because I kind of told you guys I had our school districts, one of our school board members. I had her kids. Um, I had her kids, and really nice. They were our neighbors. Her husband is a cardiologist. Really nice kids. I mean, they were adopted. They adopted them from Russia, both of them. But not siblings. They weren't siblings. It was word of mouth. I didn't have to advertise. It was word of mouth. People would just call me, and it's like, okay. Um, yeah. So I had like 11 kids at one point besides my own. Sometimes they were after school kids, but the babies, I had babies too. So that's what I did. And we were comfortable with, and I'm probably going to have to end this for a minute. We were comfortable with what we were doing. And so, oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold on, y'all. No, 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 no. Don't say anything. Hold on, y'all. Anyway, yeah. the the kids, and then you guys know I went to school for nursing and stuff. So I always did either or. And then after and teaching, after I um basically all the kids grew up because I had them for a long time, and they didn't need care anymore, and so I just shut it down and went back to nursing and teaching. I was working like 120 hours a week, y'all. It was crazy. Private nursing. It was crazy, but I had to work. Um, and what I did was I did two 16-hour shifts back to back. So I got most of my 40 in 2 days. And then I did it overnight one night. And then Monday through Friday, I was in school teaching. And yeah, it was just that Thursday was kind of rough because I had to get off in the morning, get the kids to school, take a shower, eat, and go to work again. And I didn't after that I had a little free time. Sometimes I had Fridays off because I had to go back to work Friday night overnight. So yeah, it was a lot. And then I was doing some PRN, and so gotta hustle. And so I had to turn down a whole lot of stuff because it was like, you know what, I can't even work anymore. I'm at my max. I can't work. You can't work past 16 hours. So if I could have, I would have because the money was good. But yeah. So again, I'm not codependent at all. I just do what I gotta do when I need to. And I learned to work When I need to work, make the money work for me. That's why I'm not working outside the home right now, because I just am not at that point. I don't want to be out trying to deal with the kids and make sure they're on a straight path. Before I venture back out for a little bit. I want to finish going to school for my RN. Girl, go, go, go. It is never too late. My sister went when she was in fact, my husband helped her through her math classes. He tutored her. She went back in her we were in our 30s when she went and got her RN. Or when when she first started nursing, period. Because she wasn't, that's not what she was doing.
Where's my black lady?
In the bathroom, right there. Talking to Jordy.
Yeah. His phone's not on, but he's out.
Okay, I'm on the live chat. I'm gonna talk to you in a second.
Alright.
Look that your towel is clean in the bathroom. Just look right there on the washer and on the dryer and get a washcloth.
Wait, the towel's in the bathroom?
Yep, it's hanging up. It's clean. I think on the dryer. Just find one on the dryer.
I already found a washcloth.
Oh, well, your towel is in the bathroom. My dream job is to be RN for labor and delivery. Okay, I have a friend who's a midwife. It sounds cool. Yeah. I like helping people. I think that's why I chose what I wanted. I end up doing what I wanted to do. But you guys, you know what I wanted to do a long time ago? I wouldn't do it now. But I wanted to be a cop. Yep. I wouldn't do it now, but yeah, I was about to go for APD. I was at the limit. I think 34 was the limit, and I was literally getting ready to go through the I was getting ready to go through it, and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do that. So I'm a payroll specialist for federal government. I used to be in the medical field when I was younger. Hey, Mommy Maxwell. And something else I did. I worked for the government for a little while, y'all. They couldn't pay me enough to do Homeland Security. That was like one of the, I couldn't. I just was like, you guys are morally demeaning people. And I don't know. I don't know why I went for that. I just wanted to see what it was about. It took about a year, TSA. It took about a year. And they called me back and it was like, you still want to do whatever. And we had to go for the physical and the training and all kind of stuff. And I went down there and I'm like, oh, okay. And, everything checked out. And the only thing they had an issue with was my hearing. Because I told you guys in this, in my right ear, I'm only 30% hearing. And they were like, did you know that? And I said, yeah, I've been like that since I was born. But it was okay. So, but yeah, y'all know if you've been to the airport and all that mess, you know, I just couldn't. It's just gross to me. So I was like, you know what? This is not for me. I don't see how y'all and the stuff that I learned. Oh my gosh, the stuff that they do, what they're looking at, is horrible. So I'm like, y'all, this is not for me. And so I really don't like to fly because I don't like the that whole Homeland Security screening issue. I don't like that mess. And I can't. It's a lot of stuff I can't talk about because it's I don't know. But what was I doing when I had started out student teaching when I was younger in kinder and first grade, and I told you guys all about that. Kinder, first, second, and then I went to junior high and high school. And yeah. Did I do all? Yeah, I did all grades. And for us, it was usually a one, the lower grades, it was all the subjects, but for the higher grades, it was usually just one thing, and we were kind of floating. They didn't, I wasn't a dedicated, classroom. We were all floating at that point, and then you decide what you want based on, whatever. So I love our district for that, not having to be tied down to one thing. And yeah, so I got the gamut. And I think like the most my most memorable experience was when I taught IPC. That's integrated physics and science. Yeah, that was the most memorable. But I learned a lot myself. It was a lot that I didn't know, but I learned a lot, and it was fine. It was really fine. I just never expected it, and they were like, well, if this is not a good fit, then we can always switch you out. But I did good. I had juniors and seniors, and I was cool. We did good. So yeah, live and learn. But yeah, that math thing, it was like, yeah, you gotta know some stuff. But some of the stuff they were helping me with, I'm like, hey, thank you. I have been blessed in my federal career, but hated DHS. Oh my gosh, yeah, that one for me would be very, very, very difficult because I'm a heart person, and I would just try to take in, everybody, and yeah. So, but I'm getting ready to tell you guys a little story, okay? Tell you a little story. I kind of talked about a little bit about somebody, people having their opinions about what's going on, and things like that, and I don't care, and some of it's family, and I don't care. It's not my family, but I don't care. I've never cared. They're just going to be like that, and that's the way it is, Let me tell you a little story. Some of this goes back to that. They didn't like me then. When I was young, and I had just, I had graduated high school. I was in college. And I started working in the hospital, getting my hours in, and working on my nursing. I was working in peds. In pediatric unit. And so that's what I was doing. Going to school, going to work, coming home. And I was still living at home at the time. Did I move back? I moved back home. I left for a minute, then I moved back home. Are you in DMV, Shirlene? Are you in DMV? What did I do? Now I told you guys about how I was adopted, okay? This is the plot twist. And I just talked about being a heart person. Okay, so I, had, sick kids. It was a sick kid. So I'm taking care of these kids and, doing all this stuff and stuff like that. You got your babies in the hospital. You're not, you're going to stay in the hospital with your babies because they're your babies and little kids. Well, I would go in this room every day, and there was a newborn in this room, and it was a newborn, and it wasn't in a, not in the nursery, but in the actual unit, and a newborn, and by themselves, and you have to leave the baby, and you got to go in there and feed the baby, change the baby, do all the whatever, but leave the baby. And y'all, that just broke my heart. after a couple days, I'm like, I couldn't wrap my head around leaving that baby in there. And I would go in and check, as much as I could. And sometimes just try to make excuses just to go in there. But I just cannot leave that baby in there about it. It just broke my heart. And I never saw parents. And so I'm like, and I was asking, I'm like, where's the child's parents at? And it was like, oh, sometimes later on in the evening, and I guess it was after my shift, somebody would come in, and I'm like, dang. I wasn't being judgmental, but I just, I'm like, that has to be really hard. Because a newborn, it's hard to have a child, period, but, a newborn in a hospital. And so one day I came to work and went in, and the mom was in the room. And somebody told her about me. And she was like, I heard about you. You're the one been taking care of my baby and such and such and such. And I'm like, yeah. And she started telling me her story and, all kind of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, mind you, I'm young, okay? 19, I think. I think I was 19. Or almost about to be 20, something like that. I'm trying to think of the birthday deal. I might have just turned 20. No, I think I was 19. I think. Yeah. Anyway, she said, she said some things to me, and we just got to talking, and over the course of the time, I would come to work. I would try to talk to her every now and then, and we formed a relationship. There were other kids in the home, and she couldn't come to be with the baby, and it wasn't anything major going on with her. She had asthma, but it wasn't like debilitating or contagious, or what am I trying to say? Some lifelong thing, that was bad. But she couldn't be with her all the time. And she just, she was just literally in tears thanking me for taking care of her, and try not to tear up. But soon, not that long after, it was, she was doing fine, and it was time for her to be released. Let me tell y'all something. Guess who took that baby home? From the hospital. Yep, I took that baby home. So I told you guys how I was adopted, and how, somebody, just took me and asked my mom, and it did all the, and so it was strange, and I'll get to the mom reaction in a minute. It was strange, but it wasn't out of the ordinary for me to do that. And when I told, you guys, Shari is not here, but I told Shari this story right before she passed, and she was like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So my one that you guys don't see, she's in California. She's the one that has my grandkids, my two boys. She's 24. I've shared pictures and stuff like that. But my first baby, I adopted. Okay? I was literally like a teenager. And so I met my husband with a baby. And some of the people did not, I was getting all kind of side eyes. They was like, why would you, that girl has a baby, and all kind of stuff. Okay? My babysitter was that child's birth mother, because I had to go to work and go to school. So I would take her, and drop her off. Sometimes I took her to school with me. My mom, oh my gosh, when I came home, my mom was like, what the, I talked about my dad yesterday in his mouth. My mom is not nearly that bad, but she was like, what did you do? Well, whose baby is it? She didn't even believe me until it was time to go to bed and all kind of stuff. She was like, this baby really staying here? I said, yeah. I had the car seat, and I had to go buy all the stuff. y'all. And my mom is just, she went to work. My mom came home with all kind of stuff. We just went and bought just everything, everything. And yeah, she was mine, So one of my kids is adopted, and I just, I never. I mean, we're comfortable with it. And she knows her birth mother, and she knows her siblings and stuff like that, and they have relationships and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just one of those things that I never, it had to be a point where I'm ready to really share it. Not that I was trying to hide it or anything, but I always protect my kids too. So, yeah. And then I want to say probably about, I always say 20 years, but sometimes I'll be exaggerating. Probably about, I think I had Javen. I had to have Javen. Yeah, it was probably sometime after I had him. I was looking into adopting again. I found a sibling couple, and I really wanted to adopt some kids. But that's when stuff started happening, because I lost my mom, and everything went south, so it didn't happen. But yeah, man, I wanted to adopt some more kids. I don't know. I love kids. We love kids. And obviously this man accepted me with this baby. He loved her. He didn't treat her any different. You know, anything, yeah, there was no difference. Everybody got the same last name, all of that. It's just like no hang-ups. And then she was, I don't even remember how old, and then I got pregnant. She wasn't I know she was over a year. Yeah. Because her and Jasmine are not that far apart. And then Jordan came along. 95, 94, 95. No, 94, into 94. 96, and then 98. So, yeah, they're not that far apart at all. But, yep. So, I really, I have a really sensitive heart for strangers, you guys. But, again, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, okay? Reach out. When you reach out, know that I'm genuine. You don't know me. There's still so much more that I have not shared. So you don't know. And I have another story I'm gonna tell you about. Later on, it'll come. So yeah, I didn't imagine. I was grateful. I was grateful for my situation being with my mom, and having the experience of being adopted, and knowing my mom and all of that. And I just don't want to see anybody out. Little kids, man. That's babies. Yeah, take care of people. I don't care if it was a child. I would take the child. I just have a sensitive heart for people. So, yeah, when I showed you guys the book the other day, I picked up that Franklin book, and I showed you that book. Kelly's name is in the book, and I said I wasn't getting rid of that book. So yeah.
Mom, let's copy you.
Oh my goodness. Tell her not to copy you. She is she's in there, and the boys are good. I'm not saying everybody made the right choices, you guys. She's not that old, and we're talking about little kids. But she's good. She's good. She's doing this by herself. I really have to commend her. Their father, she got pregnant with Junior in a couple months. It was a couple months. I don't even think it was a couple months. later, their father was murdered. So yeah. But she's doing her thing. You know, it's a hard knocks life. You got to tell them stuff. And that's why I say you can want all the things in the world for your kids and teach them this, that, and the other. But you don't know. You have no idea. You can't watch them 24/7. All of this teenage pregnancies, all, stuff that you guys don't think. We had discussed that stuff a long time ago. Because it was girls, 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 girls. And I'm like, I knew myself, and we're going to be in trouble. So I thought about all of that. And that's why we're not like the average parent. Cut the kid off. You just punished. I mean, there's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how the child comes into the world. It is what it is. So, they're blessings. They are blessings. And she's, she does good with them. So it's like, finish school and do something. She's the baker. So the girl has, baking cakes, and I mean, she can throw down. So that's her little deal. But yeah, that's another one of my little secrets. I just told you guys. I don't know what else I'm going to talk about today. See, that's so special. I wasn't thinking on that level when I was that young. Yeah, me and my hubby want to adopt at least one newborn baby one day. We always talked about it. Yeah, it had nothing to do with infertility or anything like that. But, yeah. That's just me, and I would do it all over again. I would do it all over again. It's like, keep bringing home straight kids. But it was a good experience, though. I matured. So now you guys see why I matured really quickly and have been through so much. I wasn't physically a teenage parent, but I was a teenage parent by choice. And it was a good thing. It just really, my mindset is not like everybody else at all. I'm not your average person, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I have a different mindset. I see things completely different. But yeah, my mom, like I said, my mom wasn't surprised after, what I had gone through. She was just like, she was shocked because, she didn't believe it, but she was happy. So, but yeah, I had to go through, I didn't ask the child mom to go, buy anything. I did everything. She wanted to give her whatever, that was fine. But, I took her and did the deal, and that was it. And, I said, hey, if you ever get, to a point in your life you want to reverse, we go back and sign, whatever. I'm not going to hold that against you. Okay. Because everybody needs I would rather for her to have a better life than to suffer, because I understand when people are struggling and, they may make a mistake and it's too much for them. And I just didn't want the child to be neglected. So, but I said, hey, I give my props because I couldn't do it. I mean, I say I couldn't do it, but I probably could if I push came shove and I wanted that child to have a better life, and I would keep it to where, yeah, I'm going to make sure that they understand this is why I did it. This is why. Don't try not to hold it against me, but this is why I did it. So, yeah, I understand adoption. It's a big step. It's not for everybody. Same way with fostering. That was another thing I was getting ready to get into. So Mimi, no, she's not in DMV. Surely, it takes a big heart to foster. So I'm at an hour. Something else briefly I want to touch on is little ones You guys saw, if you watched, you have been watching the kids' children's place hall, um, the halls, and you saw how I chose their clothing based on not glitz and glam. I went as modest as I could get and as basic with the colors as I could get, because little children are put in a position these days of being they're growing up too fast, entirely too fast. They're being over sexualized, and the clothing is a number one. Some people don't care. They may think, okay, this is the only thing I can find. I'm at such and such store and this is all I see. The little tank tops, the spaghetti straps, the little short shorts, and that's it. That's not it. I don't care if you got to go, if you have to make the stuff. Think about your kids before you put them in that type of thing. Think about how that makes them feel. Baby girl came to me I'm pretty sure it was last year. She was 3. And she said to me, now, and I don't say anything about her. She is she's a big girl. She's very tall. She's taller than Aaliyah, and Aaliyah's 6, and she's only 4. And she is, she's normal. She's not overweight. She's normal. She's very, big bone child. A little, what I want to say, she a little bit fluffier than the other 2 girls. Okay? But she said to me, Mom, when I get 5 or something, she said, my legs are big, Mom. I want my legs to be like Layla's legs and Aaliyah's legs. And I was like, this is a 3-year-old talking to me like, wow. And I was telling my older girls this story, and they were like, "But Mom, she's not fat or anything. Where did she get that?" And I said, I don't know. I don't, because I don't ever say anything about how they look. You look fine. I don't, I don't say that. I don't make mention of that. So, it was just kind of odd, but it just kind of struck me. A 3-year-old is so aware of her image, like that. And it's a good thing, though. So, I hear the stories about, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that, and I don't like the way I look. And, I hear this stuff during these chats and stuff like that. And it's like, be mindful of what you say, even if you're in a chat, or you're talking to your girlfriend on the phone. Your kids are within earshot. Okay? And if you say those things and they hear that and they think you're not comfortable in your image, they're going to get that. I don't even say anything about my image, and I want to change it. I know I talked about trying to tighten up the flap from the C-sections. It's a pouch. It's not going to go anywhere. And they told me I would have to, if I want to. Now, I'm not self-conscious about it, because I showed you guys in the C-section video. I showed you. I showed you what it looked like. I'm not self-conscious about it. But what I'm finding now is when I lose weight like this, my clothes, I'm having a hard time fitting properly. And even a belt. It's like, I don't know. It's just weird the way it's situated. So it's giving me a weird shape. And I look bigger than I am, and I'm not that big. And I need to, my dresses, it's hard for me because I'm so short. I always have to tailor everything. So I'm like, okay, I think I need to just fix this because it's just making it too hard. My clothes, honestly, I would be wearing kids' clothes. I have to wear, I don't want to wear kids' clothes. I need to look like an adult because I'm an adult. But it's hard to find, decent, whatever. So, but if you notice, she doesn't, I bought her some jeans because she asked for the jeans. She does not wear jeans. She's always worn dresses. She just recently switched to the leggings. Okay, she picks out what she wants to wear, but she never was a pants girl. And, she likes long dresses. She likes to be modest. And so, the other girls like the dresses too. But she's really self-conscious about that. And I'm like, okay. And it's a good thing because I don't have to worry about her saying, can I, I like this and I like that. She will not, go for that little cootie cutter stuff. I don't have to worry about that. Shopping for my 9-year-old daughter is work. I had to get creative to keep my baby covered. Yes. We have to protect these sweet little girls. Yeah. I remember the old talk show, Jenny Jones. Yes, did a talk show about mothers down talk their image. Yeah, in front or around the kid. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Just be mindful. Be mindful of the kids. Be mindful of what you wear yourself. My kids do not wear spaghetti straps. They don't wear tank tops past 5 years old. They don't wear any what do you call it? Pants with sayings on the legs or on the bum. And I'm very particular about their tops. Okay, they have these graphic tees now, but they're not just like 1 or 2 words across them. Cutie, just that type of thing. That is suggestive. And I even got down to the undies that I showed you guys. There was my mistake. I didn't open them because the way they had them packaged, the picture was on the logo was on the front, but the logo is actually on the back. And so, I mean, the 4-year-old picked up on that really quick. She was like, "Mom, they made a mistake and they put the picture on the back." And I'm like, "Yeah, that is suggestive. Little kids don't need nothing on the back of their panties. For what? For what? I can see if it's all over, but they don't need nothing over the back of their panties." These stores have gotten so outrageous. So outrageous. Another thing, onto this, I have been watching, I have a 7-year-old, okay? I've been through this, how many? Four girls. I was getting so nervous because I'm looking at little 7-year-olds and little 8-year-olds in these vlogs, and they're wearing bras. Y'all, that freaked me out last year, the year before. I'm like, what the heck is going on with these kids? They wearing bras. And I'm like, and they really got something. It's not like a train. They got cups. And I'm like, okay, but you guys know where that mess come from. It's with them kids being fed. Them hormones in that food. So I got one that's almost 8, flat as a board. So is the 6-year-old. Okay? So the ones that saying, oh, we not eating it. They not eating. It's the hormones. Okay? The sugar. That's what's doing that mess. But I just cannot wrap my head around that. Watching it. And I'm like, the kid got on a bra. Got cups. A cups. B cups. Now, I matured. I was in the 5th grade. And I was embarrassed about that. My mom then left and came back one day. And bought me some bras. I was a C cup. I told you guys I matured very fast. So I'm a D now, but I've been rocking this for a long time. What you got?
Here.
Oh, your thing?
Yeah,
okay, we'll look at it in a minute. So yeah, to go into the 5th grade, and there was kids bigger than me in the 5th grade, but I was wearing a C back then, and that's like, yeah. My mom was telling me she didn't wear a bra till she got like in the 7th grade. She didn't have nothing. But yeah, I started my cycle really early anyway. So yeah, in the 5th grade. So I was done maturing. That's why. Bye. Thank you for joining. Oh, you said you gotta watch what we eat. I thought you were saying bye. We gotta no, we gotta she was bringing me something else. we have to, yeah, we do have to watch what we eat. Wait, let me show. Okay. Yeah, being that early, and I was, I surprised her because she didn't know what to do when I matured that fast. She didn't know how to deal with me. Um, so it was like, I just paid attention to my girls. I don't think I bought them anything. Now, they all kind of started when me, because they say usually your kids will start their cycle around the time mom did. My mom just said she didn't start till she was, I think, 13, because that was back in the day. They were not eating the mess we eat. Okay, so the food is what's doing it. My kids were all like 10, like right before they turned 11. So, yeah, but they weren't as developed. All of them were not as developed. But I didn't get them into bras. I think probably until they were 10. And I think I actually started wearing a bra when I was 9. Yeah. So, but I mean, that is kind of understandable. But I'm looking at 7 and 8-year-olds. That's what's freaking me out. And yeah, not just sports bras, training bras, but they got stuff in the training bras, not just a Band-Aid and it's flat. You see the stuff, and the little bodies and stuff and the curves. And I'm like, man, this food is crazy. Kids like to see the picture, very suggestive, but put in swimsuits. Yeah, you got to cover up with the swimsuit. Thank you for bringing up modesty, very important. Yeah. Let me go back down here. Read this comment. My mom was 13. I was 11. So yeah, generationally, it gets younger. We noticed that it gets younger generationally, but it's still not that far off. My niece is 10 and has nothing. Okay, so yeah, I mean, something must be. I just don't pump them up with all the hormones and the meat and the milk and the sugar and all of that. I stay away from that mess because I don't want them having, and people be looking. And yeah, that's why I said I don't even, even about boys being on here. I don't understand why people put their boys on here shirtless. Even a teenager. Don't do it. You got pedophiles on here. So, I like them to be covered. And I talked about the leggings. The leggings are not really modest because they show your curves. Modest is something that does not show your form. Like my old clothes, all of that stuff. That stuff is, I mean, it's not intended to be modest, but it's so modest because they're too big and they just, you can't tell how big I am. But, yeah, it's modest is something that's not form-fitting. There's no belt, even a tunic. If you have a belt and a tunic, that's not modest. So, I'm so glad you brought this topic. When my daughter was 13, she wanted bras and panties from Victoria's Secrets. I was like, no, why? Girl, yes. You know what? I remember I want to say I was, who did I have with me? I don't know why I didn't have anybody with me that day. Maybe I did. You know what? I think I did. Yep, I did. I had Kelly. Me and my mom and my grandma were at the mall. And we went in through Victoria's Secrets, y'all. Why did and this how just I didn't know, but I saw panties, and I was like, what is this? I said, it's a bra hanging upside down. I saw the little V thing. They was like, no, take them home and find out what it is. And I'm like, what? If I don't know what it is now, I don't want to take it home and find out what it is. Y'all, crotchless panties. So yeah, they selling all kind. That was grown up stuff, but yeah, they selling all kind of stuff to these kids. Abercrombie was the first one years ago, marketing thongs to 7-year-olds. So we don't do Abercrombie and Fitch. We don't do Aeropostale. because that's a sister store. But yeah, you know, this bikini panties and all it. No, we don't do that. These little kids are too little for stuff like that. If I bring my package, I like the stuff to cover. You got to wear granny panties and pants shorts down to your knees, Bermuda shorts. Now, you know, I do let them wear shorts, but they have to be, you know, Bermuda length. But y'all, yeah, I didn't even know about that stuff when I was that age. Thank you very much.
No.
This would be my black seed oil. Yep, Mr. Prime. Oh yeah. Thank goodness for Amazon. I sure needed some more. Sure needed some more. Yep. So, but yeah, that was just, you know, you have to be mindful and careful about what you, this thing, you know, Walmart is, I mean, it is what it is with the clothes. Target, all of these stores have, you know, the clothes are really, it's hard to find anything really, really decent for these kids, and it's crazy. What I can say, Gymboree has been my, you know, I'm going back to Gymboree. It has been my go-to forever. Even with the dresses, I couldn't find anything at the children's place. The cold shoulder, I wore a cold shoulder the other week. I'm not finna put my kids in a cold shoulder. No, I'm not gonna put them in spaghetti straps in the A-line dresses. I'm not doing it, you know, with the, what is the asymmetrical hem. I'm not doing that. You know, just little kids. So I'm going to continue to keep with Gymboree because they do have the maxi and it's covered. You know, it's a tank, but it's not. It's a more or less a full tank, and we can throw a shirt underneath, or what do you call it? Y'all know what I'm trying to talk about. Over the top. You know what I'm talking about. Not a sweater, but not a shawl. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So just be careful about what you feed the kids. You know, be really careful about them, and be careful about how you talk about yourself and how you portray yourself to your child. You know, don't, you know, if you do, you know, it's good to want to be healthy and lose weight and things like that and have, but don't make it so it seems like you have to be this and you have to be that. Do it for your health. Be excited. Like me, I was excited. I didn't know how much I weighed or lost or any of that. I just measured by my clothes, and I'm, you know, I got some new clothes. You know, I'm happy. But don't try to, you know, because you don't know how these little kids are going to take that. Don't call your kids chunky and, you know, all kind of stuff like that. Even in a joke, don't do that. Because it will affect them, you know, differently than it will affect us. Let's see. Stomach is growling. Shrug. There you go. There you go. I was going to say shawl, but yeah, shrug. You got it. Let me go back now. Let's see. Up. Granny panties. Girl, you saw my haul. I didn't pick them, but yeah. It just depends on, you know, what you're wearing. Y'all know, because sometimes you can't, you know, you cannot wear certain undies with certain things. It just do different things. I would faint if my kids wore some of the things I wore as a preteen. I was good. I wasn't outrageous with stuff for my baby's 1 year birthday. My parents actually bought her a bikini. Oh, why is that appropriate? She's never worn it and just sitting there in the closet. I don't know. I have kind of mixed feelings about that. I I kind of understand it, but people have over sexualized it. Now, a tank kini, because I've worn tank kinis, okay? Of course, but I cover up. But for a little one that's potty training, I understand that. Because it's hard to pull off all the, especially if they're still in a diaper and they're wearing swim diapers. That's a lot of business to be pulling down. So like I said, for a certain extent. But if it's a bra bikini top, no. We're not doing that. But a tankini, that's fine. Because when I go to the next year to the thing, you're going to see my stuff, I'm going to be covered up, but I'm going to have probably a couple tankinis. But I'm not finna, because this right here is a lot. Okay? And it's hard in itself to just to find a bra, that does everything. And, yeah. So I can't hide these things. They're here. So it's just certain things I can't wear anyway, and mainly that's why I like just a basic tee, because I need to, I don't like all this showing. We were given bikinis, hand-me-downs, just like you and me. They were never worn. Yeah. And mainly, when the girls got older, because we did do a lot of, pool time, they were in a t-shirt and a full, whatever anyway. So it wasn't that bad. But yeah, for the little ones, yeah. Like, why? LOL. I can't with those thongs. Oh my goodness, yeah. PG program, just, yeah. Put the tummy open, yeah. It's the same thing with the dresses and stuff like that. They make the stuff that's just like, it just makes you wonder. This is too suggestive for these kids. It's too suggestive for grown-ups. So, yeah. But yeah, I do the tankinis because it covers up this skin. And I'm comfortable. I never felt any, I can't wear that because people I had 8 kids. Okay? What you expect? But I get all the time, girl, you don't look like you had 8 kids. My husband even looked at me like, you do not look like you had 8 kids. And, he didn't see me from the beginning. He was like, I see some people with 1 and look way worse. So, yeah. If I'm out with the little kids, people think that's all I have. And I'm like, no. And then they stop and they stand back and they look in it and they're like, where? Where were they at? So, but anywho, be mindful, and the boys too. I mean, the boys have about their little body image. What's another thing? Oh, hair. Since we're talking about the modesty, you guys, hair. Don't. I know hair is a struggle. Everybody have hair issues and all of that. Baby girl. Oh, mama, I wish I was a boy. I said, why? Because Tariq don't have to get his hair done, and y'all know it's a struggle with her because her hair. But don't chastise the babies. Just work with them. Work with what you got. Do with what you can. Live and learn. It's going to take you, with all the girls and all the other girls I did, I still sometimes don't know what I'm doing. Because they all have different hair. I just do what I can. And your hair is beautiful. Baby girl came in here. I don't know if you guys caught her a little while ago. But her hair is, she was upset when I did her hair the other day. Because her braids are so long. I wanted to be way up here, and they're hanging, past her shoulders. And I'm like, but your hair is long. I don't want it. She was really having a fit. And I'm like, and so I can see her cutting her hair later on. I'm not going to be mad. Justice did the same thing. Actually, all of my girls did, but I could see her cutting her hair. So, but don't make a big deal out of it, y'all. Do not make a big deal. Don't stress. If it take you all day, 2 days to do the hair, spend the 2 days. Obviously I took their braids down before we went to the next graduation, and Yeah, I haven't done my hair. My hair is going to stay like this because I'm still trying to get this mess back. But I've been cleaning it and stuff like that, so it's fine. And I'm going to take these twists out and I'm going to actually braid it. And it's just going to stay like that for the next, probably for the rest of the year. I'm just keep braiding it. Because I'm going to be busy and I'm not going to have time to do anything. But, yeah, just, encourage them and let them know, make a big deal out of the hair thing. That it's good. It's pretty. It's beautiful. And my kids do love when I straighten my hair. My hair is straight, but it's not completely straight. But they love it. And it's like, y'all, it's a lot. That's why when I do, I just keep it in a wrap style and keep my scarf on because I don't want, it's hot. It's humid now. And if I take it down, I get to sweating. It's just dirty and itchy, and I just don't want to be dealing with all that. But, when I take it down, they playing it. Okay. So I try to tell them, well, hey, your hair is like mine. And they're like, I don't want my hair like this. Oh, my gosh. I only have 3, and I stay hot mess. Girl. My baby constantly says she wishes she had straight hair like you, mommy. I love you, gorgeous curls. Her gorgeous curls. You have, and I put it up. There's I Love My Hair. That book. That's one that I constantly use with the girls. And I cannot call the author right now, but it's called I Love My Hair. And it, the little girl Kiana. We had that book when the older girls were little. That's a good one. There's a couple of more. When I do the videos for the girls, let her watch the, they're all in the playlist now, in the girls' hair playlist. But let her watch stuff like that and just see different styles. Experiment when she gets older, straighten it every now and then. And yeah, I got to get through all of that. The girls need their hair trimmed, but I'll get to that. It seemed like I think I did that last. I need to do it more often, but I remember I did it in August one time. So it's getting to be August. So probably, I'm probably have to get that done really soon. But yeah, let them watch things like that and just, experiment every now and then with the straight styles so that they can see, the difference and they can understand the upkeep. Because 9 times out of 10, you have to blow dry it. They're not going to want that every single time. That's a lot. So they'll take, the curls over, having to get blow dried. My hair is locked and I have over. Girl, yes. I wish. Mine is it's full, but it's too thin to, I don't think it would lock because it's just too thin. My hair don't even, I can try to throw some curls in it. And they stay for a little while, but I'm like, okay. I only allow her to straighten like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, we try to keep it curly. So, yeah. Also buy baby dolls. Yeah, baby dolls can help. They can help to a degree. I just bought a new hair dryer. I can't wait to use it. Girl, well, have fun doing that. So, but yeah, the struggle is, and I don't even say it's a struggle. It is what it is. I just, maintain and do the best that I can. I'm still working through, some of the issues with that product. And I told you guys about that and all the kind of stuff. And, somebody else's experience, and I told you to look at the little hair show thing she called herself having on Sundays. You will see some of the same stuff I was saying. Those are the questions. Why is my hair matted? All that kind of stuff. That's the question she's ignoring. So, yeah. So, my opinion, stay away from it. It just dried it out, and it's not good. To go in here and check these kids, get these kids some lunch and eat, and I'm going to put the the haul together since I filmed it, and I will get that up so you guys can see. And I'm trying to think. No, I don't feel, because we're talking about modesty. Y'all, t-shirts and capris. I mean, I'm not, y'all, I don't wear tank top, because, you know. So you're going to see some very basic stuff. And I wasn't trying, you know, I'm not a real flashy person when it comes to dressing. I like nice clothes, but I'm basic. I'm real basic. I'm not doing a whole lot. We'll dress up when the occasion calls for it, okay? Like now I'm just wearing these capris and this t-shirt. I'm good. I didn't even do nothing to my face. I'm basic. So that's what I did. And, you know, the kids were excited to see me get my stuff. And they tell the difference, you know. Like we went graduation, I'm like, okay, you got to wear a dress. Okay, where's my leggings? I got to wear my leggings under my dress. So I'm like, okay. So, and the interesting thing about baby girl, I shared the pictures on Instagram, but I haven't put up the vlog from Justice's graduation. Baby girl has on this boutique dress, and it has hearts on it. It's not a spaghetti. It's a sundress. It has these leggings with the ruffle on the bottom, really cute. I think I got it from Sophia Style Boutique. That was Justice's dress, y'all. So, yeah, I held on to that dress all these years. Because it was just so cute. And she had some more stuff. I think I sold that. But I kept that one dress. And, yeah, I just love it. But I love that little boutique. So, I'll put that stuff up together soon so you can see that too. But I appreciate you guys, and you know, share, comments. Those of you that came in and are watching the replay, comment. Have you adopted? Are you thinking about it? Fostering? Did you expect me to come out with that? You know, I want to know you guys' reactions. Everybody that was here, we get their reactions, and you all can read. But those of you watching the replay, let me know. I'm not basic, but my husband wants me more showy. I've always loved jeans, and I'm in love with high-waisted jeans. Yeah. You gotta appease the husband, so it's like you gotta, you know. So I showed you guys one thing that he picked out. He's always picked out my stuff, and the outfit that we wore for Justice's graduation, he bought that. He was like, I saw this, and I'm gonna buy this for us, and I'm like, okay. So, you know, he been buying stuff. Yeah, I don't have no problem. I don't even have to tell him where to go. He'll go. You know, I was at the Gap, and I'm like, okay. You know, I was over here. What? You've been Victoria's Secret? Y'all. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm just, the granny pant, you know. I'm not finna spend $20 on one pair, but he will. Y'all. Anyway, yeah, there's a time and place for all of that. I will talk to you guys later. Let's see.